dress pants with a tight fit around her waist and thighs. She had a thin white shirt tucked into them, with long sleeves and a collar that lent her a businesslike appearance. "Hello," the woman said, while extending a hand. "I'm Valletta. We spoke on the phone." "I'll remember you," Sabrina said, standing up to shake her hand. "It's great to meet you in person." The first phone interview had mainly consisted of standard interview questions, but she knew to expect a much more thorough inquiry for their in-person meeting. Her past interview experiences never involved anything too intricate, and were always designed for simple jobs, ones where her personality wasn't much of a focus. Getting hired was always easy, but making enough money to pay for college was not. This job, however, would make the goal attainable for the first time in her life, and that was exactly why this interview was so crucial. The job sounded simple enough. She'd simply be the personal assistant for a traveling foreigner. But the pay for this position was several grades above any wage she'd ever made before. Since it was only for a limited amount of time, she could pick up with school immediately after. She couldn't have designed a better summer job. "Please, take a seat." Valletta spoke the words with a thick but pleasing accent. It was something Sabrina remembered from their first conversation, which made sense given the job description. "Make yourself comfortable." Sabrina did as she was asked, while Valletta sat down in the chair on the opposite side of the desk. Valletta set down some papers and her phone, and organized them before looking up. "Thank you for meeting us here," Valletta said, a polite smile crossing her face. She was probably a few years older than Sabrina's mother, but with less worn features. "Oh, of course," Sabrina said. "Thank you for meeting me." "It actually worked out well for us to come to Memphis," Valletta replied. "This hotel had an open room and everything after the flight was pretty effortless. After the difficulties we've had setting up this trip, this was a welcome change." "You've had a difficult trip? Is there anything I can do to help?" Sabrina asked, in an attempt to make the conversation a little less formal. "Thank you for your offer. Our current trip plans changed, and we're having to hire a local instead of bringing our own staff," she said, shaking her head. "But we couldn't be happier with the amenities here. Memphis seems like a wonderful city, at least from the small amount that I've been able to explore so far." "It is a very fun city," Sabrina agreed. "The food here is some of the best in the United States, not to mention the music. It's an amazing place, as long as you can handle the heat." "Yes, it's hot where we come from, too," she said, as she made an upward sweeping motion with her hand. "But you Americans love the AC." "It's true," Sabrina said with a chuckle. "We like air conditioning almost as much as we like Walmart and hot dogs. You know, the finer things in life." Valletta bowed her head with a short laugh. "When we last spoke, you said that you grew up here in Memphis. Out of curiosity, have you done much traveling?" "Not much," Sabrina said, instead of not at all. "Perhaps that's about to change," Valletta said, fixing her gaze on Sabrina as she laid her palm on the folder in front of her. "I'd like to get started." "Sounds great," Sabrina said, as her heart thudded behind her ribcage. "Wonderful," said Valletta, with a perfect smile. "I'd like to go over the job responsibilities again. I know we went over them over the phone, but it is crucial you understand them." Sabrina nodded. "Of course." "This is a temporary personal assistant position," Valletta started off her speech. "Above all, my client's privacy is the most important thing. Many of the position's responsibilities are designed to protect his identity and ensure that his whereabouts are not discovered. This means that you will be the face of almost all procedural requirements. Hotel, restaurant, and all other reservations will be made in your name. If room service is desired, you will order it, receive it, and do all the talking to staff members. You will also clean the room yourself, so that no member of the housekeeping staff enters my client's quarters. Just to be clear,